Then next we will go to this is 1 upon x reciprocal function. And what is this? This is 1 upon f of x, reciprocal function of x, but it is composite function of x. Okay, now we will move to next step, students. I have already taught, I have already given you in the first lecture the basic results of derivative of trigonometric functions. So here, derivative of trigonometric functions like sine of x. What was d by dx of sine of x? Cos of x. So what will be derivative of sine of f of x? What will be derivative of sine of f of x? See, d by dx sine of f of x. Okay, I repeat once again. D by dx sine of x equals to cos of x. This implies d by dx sine of f of x will be cos f of x multiplied to d by dx of f of x. I want you all to see this once again. On this side, before the implication sign, see, this is before implication sign and this is after implication sign. Okay, so before implication sign, what I have, is d by dx of sine of x. What function am I differentiating? Sine function. And what is the variable of that sine function? X. It is direct function of x. Okay, what is d by dx of sine of x? Cos of x. Now come on this side, after implication sign. What function am I differentiating? Sine function. But it is not sine of x. What it is? It is sine of f of x. Sine of f of x. It is composite function of x. Okay, when we differentiated sine of x, look at this. Look at this. The variable of the function sine is x, which is same as the variable with respect to which you are differentiating. See here, the variable of sine and this variable, they are matching. Whereas look at this, it is sine. What's the variable? F of x. And what is it here? This is x. See, they are not matching. And this is one way of understanding that you are differentiating a composite function. You are not differentiating direct function. So what is the rule saying? The rule says d by dx of sine of f of x will be cos f of x d by dx f of x. Cos f of x d by dx f of x. You will multiply derivative of f of x to cos of f of x. Okay, now move to the next one. See here, the next one is d by dx of cos of x. What is d by dx of cos of x? See, d by dx of cos of x equals to minus sin x. This you already know. What will happen? What will happen if what will happen if I replace this x by f of x? Look at this. D by dx of cos of f of x will be d by dx cos of f of x will be minus sine f of x into d by dx of f of x. So one way you can say that the the derivative of function still remains same. What I mean is, here you had cos x. So what was derivative of cos? It was minus sine. Okay. Now here you got cos. What's derivative of cos? Again minus sine. So it is, since it is cos of f of x, you will write minus sine f of x and then multiply derivative of f of x. Next, d by dx of tan of x is sec square x. What will be d by dx of tan of f of x? As such, as such, the derivative will still remain same. Tan derivative is sec square. So here also tan derivative is sec square. F of x is written here as it is tan f of x, so sec square f of x. But don't forget this part. You need to multiply d by dx of f of x. In every such derivative of composite function, after you have differentiated using the derivative of the function, you will have to multiply d by dx of this f of x. Now see, one more, d by dx of cosec x. What is d by dx of cosec x? It is minus cosec x into cot x. What is d by dx of cosec f of x? See, the function derivative wouldn't change. Cosec is minus cosec cot. So here also cosec minus cosec cot. And since x is replaced by f of x, so here also we will replace x by f of x. So minus cosec f of x cot f of x into derivative of f of x. See, into derivative of f of x. Every time it is done. Every time you are multiplying derivative of f of x. Next, see, then you have d by dx of sec x. What is it? It is sec x tan x. So d by dx of sec f of x, it will be sec f of x tan f of x d by dx of f of x. You can pause the video and you can try this one on d by dx of cot x is minus cosec square x. So d by dx of cot f of x will be minus cosec square f of x into d by dx of f of x. After this we have variable raised to constant function, that is d by dx of x raised to n. X raised to n. Look at this, variable raised to constant. What is d by dx of x raised to n? See, here we have variable x raised to n. It is differentiated with respect to x. What is it equal to? It is n times x raised to n minus 1. So d by dx of f of x raised to n will be, as you know, every single time when we are writing a composite function of x, what are we doing? We are simply replacing x by f of x. So f of x raised to n will be n f of x raised to n minus 1 into d by dx of f of x into d by dx of f of x. Then you have d by dx of a raised to x. What is d by dx of a raised to x? It is a raised to x log a. So after implication sign, what we will have? See, this x will be replaced by f of x. So here also this will be replaced by f of x, and then you will multiply derivative of f of x. So you can check d by dx of a raised to f of x is a raised to f of x log a into d by dx of f of x. Then e raised to x. D by dx of e raised to x is e raised to x. So d by dx of e raised to f of x will be e raised to f of x into d by dx of f of x. D by dx of log of x. D by dx of log of x is 1 upon x. D by dx of log of x is 1 upon x. Log of x is 1 upon x. So when I write here f of x, it will become what? Log of f of x. So what will be the derivative? If I write here f of x, here also I'll have to write f of x. D by dx of log f of x will be 1 upon f of x into derivative of f of x. 11th function is d by dx of log of x to the base a. Here we do not, here we have not written any base because it is e. It is understood. If e is the base, need not be written. So it's known as natural logarithm. It is natural logarithm. Log of x to the base a. The derivative is 1 upon x log of a. 1 upon x log of a. So what will be here? We will have d by dx of log f of x to the base a is 1 upon f of x log a into d by dx of f of x. Every single time you have to multiply d by dx of f of x. Every single time you have to do that. Then you have d by dx of root x. What is it? It is 1 upon 2 root x. D by dx of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. D by dx of root of x is 1 upon 2 root x. So if I replace this by f of x, I will have d by dx of root of f of x. What will it be? It will be 1 upon 2 root f of x. See, here also, if I'm replacing this by f of x, I will replace this also by f of x. But later, I will have to multiply this to it. So d by dx of root f of x, you can check here, d by dx of root f of x is 1 upon 2 root f of x into d by dx of f of x. Then the 13th is d by dx of 1 upon x, reciprocal function. Its derivative is minus 1 upon x square. So when I replace this x by f of x, I will get 1 upon f of x. D by dx of 1 upon f of x, it will be minus 1 upon f of x square into d by dx of f of x. See, here you have this. This is what you have here. D by dx of 1 upon f of x is minus 1 upon f of x square into d by dx of f of x.